of the gods. This Indonesian jewel is surrounded by coral reefs, tropical beaches, and of course the friendly Balinese people. Its natural beauty and the striking, vivid, colourful culture of Bali make it one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. Hello, I'm Paul Hand, and greetings, badminton fans, to Bali's International Convention Centre, Westin Hotel in Nusa Dua, where the badminton family are based for the 3 back-to-back Asian leg tournaments. It's day 3 of the Daihatsu Indonesian Masters. Today sees round of 16 action getting underway in this Bali Badminton Festival. Draw sheets fully loaded with the world's very best badminton players. Following the 6-week European swing, our 3-week Indonesian Badminton Festival hosts the Daihatsu Indonesian Masters, the Indonesian Open and the HSBC BWF World Tour finals. Then to round out the BWF season, it's the World Championships in Huelva, Spain, with only 2 more World Tour events remaining this season. Here's day 3's order of play, which sees round of 16 action getting underway with the top 25 Thai-Japanese women's singles 5th seed, world number 10, Pornpawee Chochuwong, seeks a 4th straight win over lefty, world number 21, Ohori. Continuing with the bossy seeded theme, the 8th seeds, Tang Chunman and Si Ying Sweat. Well, they're in a top 15 mixed doubles themselves, looking forward to a handful of consecutive victories over the Malaysians Go and Lei. More doubles in match 3. Scratch Indonesian pairing Fitriani and Susanto attempt to upset the much improved Malaysian 8th seeds Perlitan and Tina Muralitharan. Home interest again in young men's doubles pair Fikri and Mulana, who in round 1 took down compatriots and 4th seeds Alfian Arianto, having saved a match point. Today, how will they go against another top 20 pair of Go and Izzuddin from Malaysia? Then later, a trio of mouth-watering men's singles with another men's doubles featuring Malaysian 5th seeds Chia and So sandwiched in between. Can Cho set the record straight, having lost the last twice to the Hilo Open men's singles champion Lo Kian Yu. And then we've the resurgent reigning Asian Games home hero Jonathan Christie and towering Olympic champion Victor Axelsen headlining on show court 1 to really light it up and round out day 3. So with lots of enticing second round matches ready to unfold around the hall, who will progress to tomorrow's quarterfinals. PV Sindhu's just had a win. That was out on an adjacent court over Clara Azumendi, winning the battle of the towering giants there. Sindhu coming through in 3 close games. We'll be bringing you the matchup above. Pornpawee Chochuwong taking on Aya Ohori in this women's singles from the top quarter of the draw. And Akane Yamaguchi, she had a win earlier today. 47 minutes needed for the top seed world number 3 from Japan. Just coming through 21-16 in the 3rd game against the Korean Kim Ga-eun. So our court officials are out on court already, and the action on show court 1 ready to unfold. Here is the first sighting of Pornpawee Chochuwong, then off that career high ranking of 10th in the world. What a season she's having. 5th seed here, 23 years of age, 1.70 m. Already amassed 25 wins this year, only 12 losses, career best ranking. She's number 2 in the HSBC Race to Bali rankings, behind a compatriot, Onbang Rumfan. And here's her opponent today, Aya Ohori from Japan, world number 21, 5'7", 25 years of age from Fukushima. How will she go today in this one? Pornpawee leads 3-0 head-to-head. Aya electing to serve. So the Thai athlete choosing the far end. Five match wins this year for Ohori, just 3 losses, but far more wins for Chochuwong. 5 times the number of wins of her opponent today, 25. The 23-year-old, 1.70 m from Ryan, off that career high ranking of 10 in the world. How will she go today? Had a win yesterday, requiring just 34 minutes. Downing Marie Batomeni of France, 21-8, 21-13. Just over half an hour, as I say. That one fairly emphatic in favour of Pornpawee, that one. But she's looking to set up a third consecutive quarterfinal matchup with Akane Yamaguchi in as many tournaments. Recent quarterfinalist, of course, is Pornpawee in the French Open and the Denmark Open as well, where she lost to the Japanese in 3 close games in Paris, an hour and 10. Her opponent, 2 years older, just a centimetre shorter, from Fukushima in Japan. Has been up to 13 in the world. That was for 3 weeks on the 23rd of November 2017. And her best year by far was back 4 years ago in 2017 when she reached the top 15. She won the China Masters, the US Open that year, runners-up in the Thai Masters as well. And she beat Belgium's Lian Tan, world number 36, 21-15 and 21-10 in just over half an hour on court 2 yesterday. So prior to coming here, she's been consistently winning odd first-round matches most weeks. Last semi-final showing was back in 2017. Michael Faridal, the service judge.
Ready to play.
So we're pretty much ready to get this round of 16 clash underway. And as I say, the winner to meet Akane Yamaguchi in tomorrow's quarterfinals. At the very top of the draw, PV Sindhu and Neslihan Yigit of Turkey have come through just below. So this whole top half is just knitting together very nicely. Just one remaining quarterfinal berth left. So who will it be between these two gladiators who can find a way through to the last 8? Bottom half action will unfold later today.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Aya Ohori, Japan. And on my left, Pornpawee Chochuwong, Thailand. Ready to play. Aya Ohori to serve. Love all. Play. One, love.
Well, Aya Ohori, having played far fewer matches, will be considerably fresher, you'd imagine, than the Thai athlete. Just missed that one. Pornpawee Chochuwong,
One,
number 2 in the World Tour Race to Bali rankings. So at the current standings, looking pretty good for contesting the big event at the end of the year. By all accounts, pretty physical out here, obviously very warm.
One.
In Indonesia here, Bali, this beautiful Nusa Dua resort of the Westin Hotel.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Action's been unfolding from Tuesday when the main draw started. And today, well, there's 40 matches on today's order of play. Good leave, backing herself nicely there, the Thai.
3, 1, play. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right, Lakshase, India. And to my left, Kento Momota, Japan. Kento Momota to serve. Number 1. Play. Sakusova.
Bidding for a 4th straight win is Chochuwong today over today's Japanese opponent. They last met on the 21st of October in the Odense Sports Park, the Denmark Open. Round of 16 that was, just like today. 36 minutes required for Pornpawee to come through there, 6 and 15. Indeed, the match prior to that as well was in the Thai Open, July of 2019. Where again, it was a straight game affair, so she seems to have a number. She's much improved as Pornpawee. We know all about that. Lovely tight net shot there from Ohori. Beautifully done. Prior to that, they met at the Badminton Asia Championships 2018. Seems a long time ago now. Again, just a 52-minute affair, but that time a game was taken by the Japanese. Yeah, good body attack from the Thai.
Service over, 4, 3.
Look how quickly she closed down the space there.
Service over, 2, 1.
All done. Yeah, so we've got the world number 1 and top seed Kento Momota in men's singles up against Laksha Sen on court 3. Mixed doubles action on 2 as well. So it's all happening inside this
3, 1.
conference center. Yeah, just beyond the back line. Just pressing a little too hard there, the Japanese.
Service over, 5, 4.
4, 1.
Nicely done. Yeah, so a couple of round of 16 showings at the French Open, Denmark Open for Aya, where her opponent had gone one better with a couple of quarterfinals, so akin to the ranking as you'd expect. Just 11 world ranking spots between these two, but the Japanese have been a consistent player around that 20 mark now for quite a while. Oh yes, beautifully done with the reverse drop. A really physical point. The Thai athlete coming out on top, moving very well there. These two familiar with each other's patterns of play. Just 1 point in it at the moment. It's been a closely contested opening through a few passages of play here. Oh, that's wonderful defensive block. Brilliant. Had to take evasive action there, but wasn't she alert? Drops down to her haunches and just deflects that one back beautifully to the hole on the court. Good defensive prowess from Chochuwong. Well, she was quick to close, but again, Pornpawee wise to it.
5.
Staring down the court just to check out her opponent's reaction after this. It was wonderful defense again. She's just that little bit more alert. There's not quite the sting in the attack of the Japanese right now. Nice try, though. Oh, that's wonderful. Backing up with some really tight net shots as well. Super shuttle control there from Ohori. Beautifully done there, setting up the slightly short net lift. by the tape.
6.
There's a purposeful demeanor about Chochuwong right now. She looks in control, calm and up together.
Time's over. 6, 7.
Good leave.
10. 6.
7.
Never a nice predicament to be in when you've lost the last 3 consecutive matches to your opponent. From the Japanese perspective, so easy to overpress, so keen to break away with a decent lead here, and at the moment anything but.
Service over. 7. 10.
She's staying in touch nicely as Ohori.
11-7. Interval.
Can she detain Chochuwong for the mid-game interval? Couple of unforced errors then from the tie.
8. 10. Service over.
There it is after
11,
9 minutes.
8,
It's Pornpawee Chochuwong, the world number 10, with a 3-point cushion as we head to the mid-game interval.
And 6.
This Western resort venue, beautiful cacophony of sound, colour and vibrancy in here.
11. 8.
Our badminton coverage over the next 4 days should be spellbinding. The draw's so loaded with top quality shuttlers. Here's one in your picture. World number 10 in women's singles, Chochuwong, with a decent start here in game 1.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Oh, a well-contested rally, but a poor judgment there from Chochuwong. That was well in. Perhaps a little fatigued from that grueling rally. He's played a lot of match badminton this year, the Thai.
11-6.
18-shot rally, that one, longest of the match so far. Yet to have a challenge. Oh, super net play from the Japanese.
10. 11.
9. 10.
Late.
12-6.
Oh yes, closing so quickly there. The Thai pouncing all over that one, taking it at its apex.
10.
Managing to rush the Japanese into error. Look at this. Terrific athleticism from both.
Players
It's her favoured pattern of play, isn't it? That little clip down for the Japanese, but Chochuwong wise to it, and very, very adept at getting up to those short backhands pretty quickly. Quality defensive clear from Chochuwong. The shuttle required. That one was a great depth, and the response just a little too much, spilling over the back line for the Japanese. 4-point cushion for Chochuwong, who's looking good here. A player today in her way that she's never lost 2 and 3 previous attempts. Yeah, just that little bit more sting in her attacks.
15, 10.
Wonderful accuracy from Pornpawee.
Service over. 8-14. 13. 15.
Got all the answers right now. Starting to really break away is Pornpawee with a heady run of a handful of consecutive points now. Got the Japanese running everywhere here. Good deception. Yeah, she was hesitant, wasn't she? Didn't really back herself and play that.
10.
Uncommitted either way, sadly. You sense now Chochuwong with a little bit of a stranglehold in this opening game. There's hesitancy over the body language of the Japanese, understandably. When you've lost 3, tough to make amends.
Over. 15. 10.
Service over. 11, 17.
Service over. 11. 15. Service over.
Yeah, a little too tight from
16.
Aya.
Service over. 18.
And she's in trouble now
11.
as far as this opening game goes.
Service over. 16. 11.
Service over. 12, 18.
Yeah, there's been very few unforced errors from Chochuwong so far in this opening game. She's been rock solid and just teasing out error from Ohori so far. A solid showing. Just 2 games away from this opening game is the tie now. Yeah, super play. Closing so quickly
20.
to get it done.
Game point. 12.
So after 17 minutes, it's the 5th seed from Thailand with 8 game points.
Service over. 13, 20. 20.
Service over, 12, 16.
Game.
It's a big step en route to the quarterfinals for Chochuwong. She snatches the opening game in some style. 21-13, just 18 minutes required. Looking smooth and in the driving seat right now, the lady in black. All in control. A game away from the last 8.
แต่ว่าข้างหลังแล้วเราพอเราตีเบาๆตีผ่านๆไปแล้วก็คุมจังหวะเขาทำอะไรเราไม่ได้บางทีเขาไม่จำเป็นต้องแรงทุกลูกต้องคมอะไรขนาดนั้นเข้ากลางก็ยังได้เลยพอเราผ่านไปคำทางไปแล้วก็ดีเขาทำอะไรวางยาว
松田は分かんないけど、先動いてるから普通に球出してると疲れてるか追い込まれる。そこ松田君に受けだけど、結構受けから動いてる。
Service over,
だから後ろ側にしっかり使ってる。
16, 17.
後ろ側をどうやって狙っていってるから。
ต้องอยู่ที่เราว่าจะคุมจังหวะการเล่นยังไงเข้าใจป่ะลูกเคลียร์ลูกอะไรคุมยังไงไม่ใช่เราฟาดขึ้นแล้วลิดผ่านไปตรงกลางก็ได้ตัดบ้างอะไรบ้างเพราะบ้างเลือกเล่นไม่ได้ข้างหน้าตายืนกล้าหยุดกล้า
16, 17.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds. Clears of goal.
17, 12. Off.
Well, I guess the issue for the Japanese is having lost 3 times to today's opponent, who is ranked far higher at number 10 on the world ranking list, and Ohori at 21. What else does she have to bring in a contest that looks at the moment just a little bit lopsided, favouring Chochuwong? Start of game 2 then, a tie, a game to the good.
18, 17.
Service over. 1, love.
13, game point, 12.
Service over. 1.
Concerning times for Japanese fans. It is a tough ask, we know that, because there is a little bit of a gulf in ranking. 21 taking on the world number 10. And with that 6-point flurry in the middle of that opening game, Chochuwong looking good. She seems to have that extra gear to shift into when she needs to. Just a little bit stronger all around.
21, 2.
And given that she denied her opponent any more than a run of 2 consecutive points in that opener, she'll be feeling pretty good. Lucky little break there, favouring the tie.
20, game point, 17.
Interesting out on court 3 earlier. PV Sindhu didn't have all of her own way against Clara Azamendi of Spain, coming through 21-12 in the deciding game. Lost the opening game 17-21, a 47-minute match in which the 2019 world champion came through in the end, but didn't look entirely comfortable. She'll take on the Turk Yigit. There was 2 Turks in the quarterfinals of the Hilo Open. Turkish badminton looking up. Oh, that's glorious. Lovely cross net from Ohori.
Service over.
First game, 1-5.
Three.
Goal and Young Payron, 21-18.
4-3, 20 seconds. 4-3, 20 seconds.
Four.
Yeah, 2017 was a great year for Aya, up to 13 in the world for 3 weeks. Really heady run from a China Masters title, US Open title. Runner-up in the Thai Masters as well.
It's over, 1-1.
Service over. 4-all.
She looked convincing out on 2 yesterday, just over half an hour required to down the Antan of Belgium, the world number 36, Faya. But this a complete step up in class.
It's over,
Top 10 player the other side of the net today. That's tricky. Just spilling over the back line there.
5-4.
Her court feeling rather small right now, such is the blanket coverage from Chochuwong.
2-1. Part 2, 20 seconds. Part 2, 20 seconds.
Oh, that's more like it. That was really well contested. Great athleticism from Ohori.
5-all.
Really good reads in there as well. Getting to the shuttle quickly to make the difference. Super tight, straight net shot.
Second game.
Her last semi-final showing for the Japanese was at the Thailand Masters of 2020. After that, she's had a round of 16 showing at the Yonex All England Open of the same year, as she did this year back in March. So a lot of round of 16s for Aya Ohori. Hence the ranking of 21 in the world. But, can she go one better today? A lot of work to do so. Really well measured from the Japanese. Pornpawee just spilling over the back line again there, over pressing.
Over. 6-all.
5-2.
She'll be frustrated with that. You can tell from that reaction.
7-6.
Just missing this. That'll hurt. And he engineered a good opportunity there. Can she make amends and turn things around, Ohori? Detain, contain Chochuwong for just that little bit longer. Almost half an hour played out here on show court 1. The Thai looking like she's got things in control at the moment. She's been clinically efficient with smatterings of soft, silky hand skills. Nothing dazzling, but just fairly solid. And physically, really backing herself. Just that little bit more sting in her attacks at the moment. It can all change in a heartbeat, though, can't it?
Play.
6-1.
Of course, Chochuwong, the All England Open finalist this year. really seems to have bolstered her confidence level significantly. No looking back after that result.
Service over. 7 all.
Service over. 7, 6, 1.
Lost out to Nozomi Okuhara of Japan, compatriot to Ohori in that All England Open final, of course. Beat Daewon Zhang in the quarters, PV Sindhu in the semis that week.
Service over. 8, 7.
But Chochuwong really hit the limelight in week 8 of 2020, winning the Spain Masters title, beating Carolina Marin of Spain in the final, also beat Sindhu in the semis. She will be keen to take on Akane Yamaguchi for a third consecutive week.
Service over. 8, 2.
Oh, that's a super point from both players. Really well contested. A grueling rally, which has left Ohori down on a buckled over at the end of that one. She's not in your picture, you can't see it, but she just doubled over after this, just absolutely exhausted. Really tough rally. Look at the physicality here. These are warm, sticky conditions as well. Longest rally of the match by quite a margin, 29 shots that one. Should Chochuwong set up a third consecutive quarterfinal matchup with Yamaguchi in as many tournaments, she'll be keen to get on court against the Japanese, I'm sure, because every time she's met Yamaguchi of late, the last showing in the Paris French Open, Stade de Coubertin was an hour and 10 minutes. Went down 21-16 in that deciding game. So every time she plays Yamaguchi, she's getting that little bit better. The week prior in the Denmark Open quarterfinals was a 58-minute affair. Stolen the game in the last two showings. She'll be keen to manhandle, perhaps even oust Yamaguchi, who's played a lot of match badminton. Good play from Ohori there.
7, 4.
Doing very well to stay with Chochuwong right now. Great control and accuracy from the tie.
11, 4. Interval.
Well, we've got an all-tie clash at the bottom of the women's singles draw later as well. Pornpawee Chochuwong takes on Ratchanok Intanon, the second seed.
Service over. 8, 4.
And of course for Intanon, a little bit undercooked as far as match badminton's concerned, and everybody hoping that her shoulder will remain intact and strong. She's been doing a lot of supplementary exercises. These rallies are tough. And it's Chochuwong who, again, as she did in the opening game, heads to the mid-game interval with a 2-point cushion here, 11 points to 9.
2. 90 seconds. 2. 20 seconds.
พอเราไม่ละเอียดนะเกมมันก็เลยดูสูสีนะออกลูกบางทีก็ออกลูกไม่คิดออกลูกติดมือบ้างนะ
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Service over. 9, 8.
Well, the only real casualties that we've had in the women's singles draw so far, the 6-seed Michelle Lee went out on day one to Neslihan Yujit. the Turk, who's just had a win over Maria Bulitilina from the Ukraine. She's in the quarterfinals, who takes on Sindhu next, and the only other casualty is Busna Nombangrumpa, Thai number 3 and 7th seed, who went down to Seina Kawakami of Japan in a tight, long affair. Hour and 7 minutes that was.
10, 9.
But other than that, all the other seeds remaining intact in the women's singles draw sheet.
It's over. 12. 5.
Will Chochuwong be the 3rd seed through to a quarterfinal spot?
It's over. 10, 4.
Yeah, just a little bit too tight. She's starting to fatigue a little, Ohori. 4 consecutive points for Chochuwong, looking that little bit stronger. It's a familiar look, isn't it, over the last 6 points or so. Left-hander, all at sea against this high quality Thai world number 10.
It's over. 11, 10. It's over.
36.
14, 9.
Starting to hit the accelerator a little now then, Pornpawee. Things really looking up for her. Got that scent of victory in her nostrils, you'd imagine. Is this where she really shifts into another gear? 5 points in a row for Chochuwong now.
That's over. 10, 14.
Important point there for the Japanese. Got to stay in touch now, is to have a little flurry. It's been managed very well by her Thai opponent so far. Again, yet to put together a run of 3 consecutive points is Aya. And again, just rushed for pace there.
15.
Chochuwong with just that little bit more bite in her attacks. Well, you normally associate
16,
Indonesia with
10.
deafening support, drifty stadiums like in Istora, but of course far from it, anything but. And you'd imagine that will help the international guests when Indonesians are playing, because it's solitary, it's quiet, it's sparse. You can hear a pin drop. It's got like a library-like feel. Players really respond well to having fans in. Of course they do. There's nothing quite like it, by their own admission. Now, hang on. A little bit of an issue here for the Japanese, perhaps. The doctor's being called on. Let's see what we can glean.
12, 13.
14.
I think it might just be a blood wound there. Maybe just took a graze on landing. Well, the running repairs have happened, and we resume play on Show Court 1. So much for you today. So many great matches to unfold in singles and doubles. Next up, we've got a Mixed doubles then, women's doubles, men's doubles to follow.
14. Service over, 14, 12.
It's brilliant from Chochuwong, isn't it? Just some super defensive choices
17.
from her.
10.
And physically, she just looks better, walking tall, not doubling over like Aya Ohori, who just seems to be doing so at the end of every point. It's just been crushing for the Japanese. That's becoming a familiar sight. Looking a little vexed of idea, and I have the utmost respect for her when you're playing up like this against the top tenor. So tough. You feel like perhaps there's nowhere to go. Whatever you do, Chochuwong at the moment has the answers.
10.
Service over, 13, 14. Service over, 11, 15.
Super
19.
from Chochuwong.
10.
15.
Well blended.
Service over, 16.
Radar a little bit off there momentarily, but she's had the run of play of late.
11. 19.
Won 10 out of the last 12 points as the 5th seed here.
16, 13.
Setting sail for the quarterfinals is Chochuwong.
17. Start.
Service over. 20. Match point. 11.
A little bit stronger all round, the lady in black. It's been a masterful showing so far. She's got 9 match points now, Chochuwong.
16.
Great point from the Japanese.
Service over. 12.
Leaving her best till last here.
Service over, 17, 14. Service over, 30, 18. Service over, 15, 17.
Game.
Emphatically smashed away from her Japanese opponent. It's Pornpawee Chochuwong, the world number 10, who manhandles her opponent
Match won by
emerges triumphant for a 4th
Chochuwong.
consecutive match win over Aya Ohori. Pornpawee Chochuwong, the 5th seed from Thailand, through safely to the last 8, where in that quarterfinal encounter she'll take on Akane Yamaguchi, the top seed, who lies in wait. Chochuwong looking menacing today and in complete control. Gracious in defeat was Ohori, but she'll scuttle away and find a quiet corner to lick her wounds, no doubt, the Japanese. A lopsided win in favour of Pornpawee Chochuwong, 21-13, 21-12.
16, 17.
Welcome back to the action here then from Bali, Indonesia. This HSBC BWF World Tour Super 750 level event, the DAIHATSU Indonesian Masters. You're in the company of Paul Hand, and that's the match that we've just brought you. Pornpawee Chochuwong, the 5th seed from Thailand, having a win over Ohori in straight games. 41 minutes all that was required. Next up, it's mixed doubles. Sun Hwat Go and Chevron Jemi